Welcome students to the second part. So let us continue the previous lecture. So here we are in the last lecture we have seen the features of 80286. Now we are moving towards the architecture of 80286. So here before moving to the architecture, let us see the major advancement in 80286. So in the study previously we have seen 8085. So which is a single step processor. It means there are three steps of the instruction execution. First, instruction fetch, next instruction decoding, and instruction execution. So in these three steps, when 8085 was executing, these three steps were all done by the 8085. That is that this was a single unit. So there is no any pipelining concept introduced in 8085. When it comes to the 8086, this was having two units in its architecture: bus interfacing unit and execution unit. Bus interfacing unit was performing prefetching of the instructions so that these can be given for the execution to the EU. So here it has achieved two stages of the pipeline by introducing two units into its architecture, BIU and EU. So this two stages pipelining made 8086 much more successful because speed was increased too much in case of 8086. And now come to the 80286. So before 80286 there is a one more processor also, 80186, which is exactly same as 8086, but few features were added, but instead of that only for the study 80286 was given, just because this was having the major change which is called as a address unit or memory management unit in case of 80286. So complete architecture of 80286 is divided into four units: bus unit, instruction unit, execution unit and address unit. And because of this, the speed of instruction execution of 80286 was much more as compared to the 8086. So this was the main difference between the previous architectures and 80286 architectures. So previous earlier processors were unable to perform the pipelining and pre-patching was done by 8086, but only two-stage pipelining was done by 8086. But here 80286 was going for the three-stage pipeline. So let us see the complete architecture of 80286. So this is the complete architecture of 80286. So initially this seems very difficult to understand this architecture, but we will not study the complete architecture directly. Let us see the main units of this. So here the first unit, the dotted line represents the boundaries of the four units. So first unit is a bus unit, next unit is a instruction unit, third unit is the execution unit, and last unit is a address unit. So let us study the each of the units one by one. The first unit, address unit. So address unit is responsible for calculating the physical addresses. So here we can say that the complete architecture is divided into four units. So the address unit is responsible for calculating the physical address of instructions and data that CPU want to access. So the address lines derived by this unit may be used to address the different peripherals. So here addresses can be related to the memory or addresses can be related to the peripherals. So address unit is responsible for calculating the generating the addresses. So in case of 8086, so this was done by the BIU only, and in case of 80286, physical address computed by the address unit is handed over to the bus unit. So bus unit is a separate unit where we are accessing where we are directly sending the address or address or data. So let us see which are the parts of the bus unit. So here we can see there are some different new terms here introduced: segment base, segment size and segment limit checker. So here segment base stands for the starting size of starting location of the segment. So there can be multiple segments available into memory. Segment size gives the max size of the segment, and segment limit checker will check whether segment is not exceeding the given size. So here in case of this, these two contents are added in order to calculate the physical address. Let us move to the bus unit. So bus unit contains the components address latches and drivers, prefetcher, processor extension interface, bus control, data drivers, and 6-byte prefetch queue. So let us see what is the job of bus unit. So major function of bus unit is to fetch instruction bytes from the memory. Instructions are always stored into memory. So here we need to calculate the address from where we can read the instruction or fetch the instruction. Address unit calculates the address of the instruction and passes it to the bus unit, and bus unit simply fetches the instruction from that address given by the address unit. So here instructions are fetched in advance and stored in a queue to enable faster execution of the instructions. Of course, when it comes to the instruction fetching, decoding and execution, if the directly instruction fetch, if instructions are already fetched, directly it can go for the decoding instead of waiting instruction to fetch from the memory. So enable the instruction prefetch enables the faster execution. So it also contains a bus control module that controls the prefetcher module. So here these prefetched instructions are arranged in 6-byte instruction queue, and 6-byte prefetch queue forwards instructions arranged into the instruction unit. So here one more module is there, processor extension interface. So this is required in order to attach any peripheral with the microprocessor. So here request and acknowledgement. So these two lines are used in case of processor extension whenever any processor want to communicate with the 80286. Here we have 24 address lines, 24-bit address lines, BHE, bus high enable. So regarding these signals, we will see into signal descriptions in much more detail. So here we are having data transceiver, which are controlling whether to read the data or whether to write the data. Latches and drivers required to give the address continuously. Now let us move to the next unit, instruction unit. So here instruction, there are two modules, instruction decoder and 3 decoded instruction queue. So here whatever instructions available into 6-byte prefetch queue are there, these are one by one read into the instruction unit. So this instruction unit reads the instruction given by the prefetch queue, and this unit is responsible for decoding the instructions. And here we are having one more stage of the pipeline. Instruction unit accepts the instructions from the prefetch queue, and instruction decoder decodes them one by one. The decoded instructions are latched onto the decoded instruction queue. The output of the decoding circuit drives a control circuit in the execution unit, which is responsible for executing the instructions received from the decoded instruction queue. The decoded instruction queue sends the data part of the instruction over the data bus. So here instruction may be containing data, so that part should be always transferred for the data bus, and whatever instruction opcode is there, only that part is sent for the execution unit for generating the control signals. Now let us move to the last part, execution unit. Execution unit is responsible for actually executing the instructions. Execution unit contains register bank used for storing the data as a scratch pad or used as a special purpose registers. The ALU, the heart of EU, carries out all the arithmetic and logical operations and sends results over the data bus or back to the register bank, so that these can be used for the further operations.